in the most dopest global top rated 3% top rated in the world. The Kinetic PE MIXX Show with your boy DJ Potential, WTLP, this broadcast transform you radio. We got my best friend, he's a special guest in the virtual building today. He's on the phone with us. He may join us also virtually by camera as well. Um, I'm joining you guys from my home studio today, and we're gonna be talking about like man, whatever the divine brings into our circle. As we invite you guys in live today. If you happen to be tuning in live, we got a real modern day Pharaoh, that's
Yeah,
giving you
yeah.
that's here to provide you all the services that he's been put on earth to provide you. He's going to be talking about the methodological and how he's making a methodological ambush into the industry, and how you can tap into this, and how he has tapped in, the way he has tapped in. We're going to talk about the secrets of life and much, much more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. We are officially back, and for those who are joining us, and I'm gonna go ahead and make my personal page public. I know that always happens when I stream live from this platform. For whatever reason, is never public. So, man, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who don't know you. If they don't know you by now, they can get to know you. Let's do it.
Well, to introduce the people to myself, I am VT Pharaoh. Most people know me as Vontae or VT Johnson, mostly known as VT Johnson. I am a member of Utmost Incorporated LLC and Utmost Publishing. That's the home team. I am a partner of an actual employee of Transform U Media Network, WTLB Digital Broadcast, and I am the founder and CEO of Modern Day Pharaoh Services, which is it's an artist development, book and management company. Uh, yeah, I've been in this music industry for quite some time, just finding new avenues and new ways to pretty much get what we want out of it, to see the successes and dreams we want to see out of it. But outside of that, I'm just a man, a flesh and blood man, on my way to accessing my divinity. I'm just here.
You know, to us, I mean, to the people, and the way you introduced it, people will think that like we just now started doing this. But if we go further back to 2006, 2007, like we already been doing this.
Most definitely. That's one thing I promote a lot. I share that story a lot. I actually just did a interview with our people out on the East Coast in Florida and Connecticut, telling them the same thing. Uh, this started so many years ago, and to really pinpoint where it took off was in 2006 and 2007. That year, as you just said. But yeah, we've been doing this on that next level for quite some time.
Yeah, this is the first time you actually really spoke to this audience. I know you came on and you was available uh like on other interviews with other artists that you brought this way,
Correct.
like kind of in the background, and then you had the official interview on the Transform You Live show, like in the very beginning, humble beginning stages of the Transform You Live show,
Yes,
and
yes.
but like even that interview got huge numbers. Like it's still to this day, that interview is being revisited by a lot of people, like a lot of people like in that audience, in that particular you know arena audience, like that demographics, people eat that interview up, and a lot of
I love
people
it.
say positive things about that interview. I get a lot of emails, from fans saying like, like, man, like, you two got a lot of good synchronicity, like, man, I can really, feel the love radiating through that interview, and like, man, it's really helped me, to like, be motivated, to do something with my life, and like, man, just like positive stuff, man. Like,
Oh,
I
I
can go
love
on
it.
and on, man, and
I love it. Just the
so
fact that
like,
that's what it did for people. I love it.
yeah, so like, man, so I expect nothing but nothing less from, like, what this interview's gonna do, and I'm just thinking, like, just um, from then to now, like, and where we at now is, I mean, it's incredible, man. It's amazing, man. This is this journey, and where you headed, um, like, man, it seemed like a new beginning, for the next level. Like, what
Definitely.
how do you see it?
Uh, I do actually want to reference exactly what you just said, bro. This is a new beginning for another level. Not just another level, a higher level, another
Mhm.
plateau. You know what I mean? Like we are actually, that's one thing I always tell people. We're progressing and we growing. But the way I feel about it is just that. It's we've been doing this for a long, long time. And one thing I always stress to people is I've learned so much, even within the last couple of months, but within this last
Right.
year, it's just November 2022. You know,
Uh-huh.
I've learned so much since November 2021 and done so many things and put in so much effort, sacrificed so much, and invested so much in this. I've grown a lot since then, even. So I understand that even more and more each day, each hour, each minute, each second. We came a long way, and I'm very appreciative of everything that happens on this journey every step of the way. None of it is negative, none of it is bad or counterproductive. Everything that happens, everything that's happened, everything that's happening now, and everything that will happen is getting us closer to that goal. Some of those goals we set back then, even some of the goals we didn't know we had, or maybe not even discussed with each other. I'm just happy that it is what it is, that we found this calling, and we doing what we got to do, because it's a beautiful thing, man, and it's helping so many people and so many organizations that even stretch further than just music. You know what I mean? It's a dope
Yeah.
thing, man. It's beautiful as hell.
Facts, man, and that's true. I can't agree with you more. The fact that it is helping people and inspiring people, motivating people, people who already own their craft, people who was already doing it, like, for years, and then they just chance with you, and then, like, they found a new breath of air. It was like a new breath of air, and their career started, like, getting like a new feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's just incredible, man. Just to have that type of effect on people, and me and you, we have our talks, like, and like,
Yeah.
and I'm just now starting to, like, really really get real big on telepathy. I'm
That's
starting
one
to
of them
revisit that.
things.
Yeah, I'm starting to revisit that again. Like, man, I'm like, man, like, people really do send messages to each other without even talking, and, like, and me and you, I feel like we do that all the time. Like, especially when we're around each other. Like, man, like, it's like, okay, we on the same page. We ain't gotta say nothing. And, like, I know it's a lot. I got a lot to do with the military training, but I know for a fact it's more spiritual with us. And
Yes.
it's like, okay, we'll go for, like, probably like a couple days. Sometimes we skip a whole week without talking, and then we get to talking. Like, you hit me up, it's like, or I hit you up, it's like we've been talking like that whole time.
Yeah,
Like we've been
like we
talking
never
every
left
day.
off. And
Yeah,
also,
like,
like, a lot of, it's I see it a lot in the similar ideas. Like, I mean, we talk
uh-huh.
about this all the time too. You will bring something to the table, and I'll be thinking to myself like, damn, like I was just thinking about, like, I just formulated a plan for this. Or I do the same thing to you. Like,
Hmm.
I propose something, and you'll be like, bro, definitely, like, cause I this and that, like, laid the groundwork, and I'm like, I know exactly what you're saying, bro. That's like telepathy. It's like
Yeah.
we don't even gotta talk or see each other for some days. But even when we come to the table, whatever work was on the table, it's a done deal. But then
Yeah.
whatever we bring in new to the table, it's like somehow, some way, like we already vibed on that without ever talking, without ever bringing it in front of each other. Like we just got them similar ideas and those similar talents and skills where we like, yeah, this is it. And yeah, it's a crazy ass thing, bro. Like only brothers can do that. Only kings and gods can do that, and we do it. So that
Exactly. Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
crazy though. But you're
You know.
definitely right.
Yeah. And then what's unique is like we'll start with one idea, and then you'll add one. You'll add like something extra to it, and like or it'd be reverse. Like I add something extra to it. And said,
Yeah, compounding the idea. Like, yeah, we'll
yeah.
bring something to the table, and then everything that's needed for it to come together, it just comes together. Like like just how we just did. I ain't gonna put too much of the magic out there, let people know
Uh,
everything until it's time. But just how we come with ideas. Like you throw something at me, I'd be like, oh yeah, most definitely. Like I thought about this. Then you'd be like, oh, that's perfect because this goes
right.
perfectly with that. I know this person. I know how to go. Like all of our ideas work like that, and it's like magic, bro. It's like magic.
Right. Yeah, and I bring that up for a real good angle too, because there's a lot of people out there, especially when they get into this industry, they either like don't have the ideas, and that's why like a lot of them try to gravitate towards like um labels. They really really looking for a label. They really really looking for that help, or they looking for somebody like
Hmm.
you know or and then or you got these other people, they don't got that trust factor, like they know they self, like, man, I can't trust nobody, but they don't got the ideas. So
Yeah.
like, what advice, or like, or what part of the secret, that me and you got, that you can like at least like kind of reveal to them and say like, okay, you know this is a little bit of like what you can do to kind of tap into that, or this is what you can do to at least start looking for the it that me and you got, to kind of identify that either in a corporation that's head by a leader, or by individual that's freelancing consulting, like me and you are doing, to connect and network with that person and start picking their brain, or at least start collaborating with them.
Oh, well, I would say it consists of two things mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wouldn't say it consists of two things mostly. I would say from my standing, from my experience, it consisted of two things from my experience. The first thing was actually not focusing on just the thing you're doing. And I mean that
Mm-hmm.
perfect example. Music artists, right? Most
Yeah.
music artists today, they think like, I just have to make this product, the music, and I just got to put it out there. And I
Right.
always tell people, all right, so when you say put it out there, who puts it out there and how do they put it out there? You should know that. You should learn that. And knowing that and learning that helps you get that other
Mm-hmm.
aspect of the game. And that goes into having more skills, different roles, being able to play those different roles, put on them different hats. That's a big, big thing. And then
Yeah.
another thing, oh yeah, that's that heavy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Put that down. Woo!
Yeah, and then another thing is it's more so like it's just with anything that you win, just study, learn, become better at it. So I tell people, um, oh well, actually, I'm gonna revert this back to lingo. That's actually something I should have said first is lingo. When you
Right.
start doing these things, you notice that the people who are better than you at whatever you do, they talk different. They got a jargon or a lingo.
Yeah.
Learning these words will help you. Very, very direct example, the word royalties. Just having that lingo in my
Mm.
repertoire, like just like what royalties is one of the most. I mean, it's top three most important thing to any type of artist. Whether you do music, you draw, you paint, you dance, you perform, spoken word, whatever, royalties. So learning the lingo, because maybe you don't have somebody to sit you down and walk you through everything and like you need to do this, you need to do that. But if you just perceptive enough to sit back and look and just be like, hey, shit. These people, I want to be like them. I want to do what they do. How do they move?
Right.
You know, you might not be able to move how they move. So how do they talk? You can always talk how anybody else talks, but understanding that talk. So when they say things, you know, like we got into this big ISRCs and UPCs and such things. Most people never hear that throughout their music career. And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
a big disservice to you, those type of things. And that's what I would say. I would always say the lingo is big. Learning
That's huge.
what people talk about and how they talk about it and what it means, you know, in the right direction, but also just being able to make yourself available and get out and do these things, get on that next level. You know what I mean? Just you can't always be doing the same thing. You can't always just be recording music and putting out there. You can't always uh just be, you know, draw beautiful, the most beautiful canvas the world ever seen. And all you ever did was take a Facebook picture of it and send it out there. Like, no, get with some distributors and some sellers and start
Sure.
learning about this actual industry you in and move around in different circles, you know. But you need to know some people and you need to know some lingo. Those two things alone will help you get far. And those are two of the secrets that I don't even feel like they secrets. I just feel like they're not spoken about as publicly because of that fact. Like, you know, you try to separate the industry because anybody could do this for themselves, which they can. But there's a reason where people like us come into play because a lot of people don't want to and they won't. Not even that they don't want to, they
Right.
just won't. And yeah, so if I was to give any secrets to the trade of the industry, I would tell people just like that. Like, hey, the things that people talk about, you got to know those things. You got to be in the conversation and you gotta be willing, ready, and able to do those other things that don't necessarily detail your specific duty or responsibility. You know, like you gotta shit. If like I said, if you just making music, you don't want to just put it out on YouTube. Learn what a distributor is. Learn what an aggregator is. Learn how to post and upload to them, and learn where they distribute and aggregate to. You know what I mean? Learn those
Right.
things. Get in them circles. Learn them words. But that's about
And like key thing, that key word really that like you summing it all up to be is knowledge.
yes,
And it's
definitely.
it's a quote by Vince Lombardi, man, that I love. He said the difference between a successful person and others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but a lack of will. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, people who can't get knowledge or strength, you know, it's because they don't have the will to like, you know, go out and actually go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So, you know, you lacking the knowledge because like you ain't exercising your will to go get it.
mhm. I definitely agree. And I think that comes from a place of discipline also. You have to be
Yeah.
disciplined enough to, you know, discipline encompasses a lot of areas. You got to be disciplined enough to stick to what you're doing, disciplined enough to learn everything you can about it. And also, you need to have that physical discipline where the will comes into place. Like, look, I'm going to do this and I'm going to stick with it and I'm gonna stay down until it works. Or if it don't work, I'm gonna learn another way and I'm gonna keep doing it. You know, having that willpower to exercise the discipline, or having discipline to exercise the willpower. Those two things play hand in hand. But yeah, you gotta have that willpower. Like, I'm doing this. I'm strong enough to do this. I'm smart enough. I'm whatever enough. Like, I'm doing this. You got that will in you, that energy, that underlying thing that's beyond the physical. That's very, very important.
Yeah. Now, one thing about you, bro, is like you was a power networker, and that is like so vital of a strength of something that you got to continue to build as like to gain experience. You got to have experience in being a power networker, and you need to network in this business. If you don't, you know, like you ain't gonna like keep moving up in levels. You're not gonna like you know have yourself open to like you know
Hmm.
be introduced to the right person or like you be introduced to somebody. You never know who you gonna you know, like they might reach back out to you, you know, they might surpass you and then reach back down to you, you know, or vice
Definitely.
versa. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to reach back down to them and say, hey, you know, I remember you had such and such skills. Like, I need you on this project. I need you on, you know,
Yep.
to be shake hands with this person because this person need what you got, or vice versa. You they you this person is your missing element. So what, so for a lot of people, it's fear that don't allow them to like be a power networker like you. So like, how do you get over that fear, brother? Saying to be able to be a power networker in this industry, or not only in the music industry but all industries across the board, because there's a lot of people out there who listen who might be in other industries too.
Oh man, it's two things actually, and those two things are really sayings. And I mean, it might be cliche, or it might be like most people would be like that's diminishing to like sum that up into two sayings. But these two sayings have helped me my entire life. And one of them, it was more so like a understanding. It's like say you ask, say you have interest in a woman, right?
Hmm.
And you want to date that woman. Now you can go and ask that woman out, right? Now the thing is,
Right.
you go, you ask her out. She says yes. You're going out with her now. You're in a better position. Say you go, you ask her out. She says no. You're not going out with her. You're not in a worse position. You're actually in the same position, if not better, because now you understand and like you don't have to waste your time or anything. But that understanding that entire statement, that kind of helped me just realize, like, look, why not go for it? Why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you have to lose? What do you have to be scared of? What do you have to be fearful of in doing these things? Because it's either you're going to try to do it and it's going to work and you're in a better position, or you're going to try to do it and it don't work, but you're just in the same position. But now you have knowledge of this doesn't work as well, which is actually a good thing. That's a better
Hmm.
position. But also, another saying which helps me be fearless in doing these things and not caring and just trying and moving out and branching the networking is it's a Sufi proverb actually. And I hate to get real philosophical and whatnot on people, but I got to do it. And the saying goes, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. So I kind of, I understand that simply put is, look, if I do what I got to do or what I can do, even if I don't have it all in my head or everybody else says I don't have it all or it's not looking good, the odds ain't in my favor. If I bring forth what I got, I'm a do it. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it time and time again. But if I don't do nothing, then shit, I'm gonna destroy myself. Then nothing happens. Nothing. I don't get there. So those two things, they help me be just fearless in this game. Like understanding those two sayings or whatever you want to call them, phrases, poems.
Right.
One is a sweet proverb, but just that's part of what helped me just be fearless and just say, hey, you know what? I can do this. I can work with this person. I can reach out to this person, or I can approach this person, or I can try this idea, or
Hmm.
this is worth the sacrifice or worth the risk because there's no fear once you understand that. Like, look, it's either gonna happen or it's not. And if it don't happen right then and there, look, I don't lose. I don't, you know? It's just I only lose if I do nothing, if I don't try at all. So I'm fearless in that aspect because of those two things.
Okay, and shout out to Jordan Matson out there who's watching, tuned in on Facebook. He said, "It's how do you teach someone who is willing to listen and learn?"
Oh, how do you teach someone who's willing to listen and learn? Um,
Yeah.
One thing is relation. Uh, this may not be the most important thing or the first thing you should try, but I feel, based on my experiences, understanding and the people who taught me, the people I taught, that's very, very key and is big. Somebody has to be able to relate to whatever you're trying to teach. They have to be able to,
Hmm.
and like I tell people, sometimes you got to put it in layman's terms. You can't always talk scientific and use long ass 10-letter words and whatnot. Sometimes you just got to simply put, just say it right then and there. Some people you do got to elaborate and dig deep and get in depth, but you just got to be able to relate to somebody, whatever they
Right.
understand, however they understand it, whatever their culture is or their religion, whatever it may be, somehow,
Hmm.
some way, if you can make something relative to a person, like a perfect example, which is kind of out the blue, but I don't know if it was Road Trip or Euro Trip. I know y'all remember them iconic high school movies when we were younger.
Oh, road trip. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Euro Trip actually. They were on the way back, and
Oh yeah,
one of the
yeah.
bros had to study for his history or whatever, and he was like, "I ain't studied at all, and I'm bad at this. I'll never get it in time. We got like 12 hours, and I gotta learn the whole yada yada." And he was like, "You know what?"
Uh,
He was like, "You might not know this, but I know you know wrestling, professional wrestling."
mm-hmm.
So he was like, "Think of, just for instance, he was like, think of Caesar as Vince McMahon." And then yada, like he related it to him in terms that he could understand, and he learned it all in 12 hours. Like every things people been studying for a year or two or some months, or been cramming studying, or just been given study times to, like, bro was able to break it down to him in 12 hours, and he understood it perfectly and passed with flying colors because he made it relative to him. You got to be able to relate to people, put it in terms, and use relative and relevant examples that they can understand and identify with. That way they will soak it up and learn it. If you talking to a person about something that they don't relate to or care about or whatever, like, shit, only 20% of that is being soaked up or even thought about, and they just gonna hear you and not listen to you. But that's how Jordan Matson, shouts out. That's one of my childhood friends. We go way back to the days of the academy. Shouts out, thank you for that. But yeah, I would say you got to be able to relate to people, get on a level of understanding, and use terms, words, things, visions, whatever that they understand, so they can grasp it. So it makes sense to them.
Totally get that. And I know sometimes, I came across people who hey, can't get metaphors, or they can't use symbolic language. A lot of times sometimes it be females. Like
A lot of times,
but
most of the
yeah,
time.
like most times. So with them, I usually talk those type of people. I usually talk a little bit more slower, or I use a little bit more emotional type things.
Hmm.
You could use things that appeal to their emotions. You know,
Definitely
um,
understood. Yeah, I do the
and
same actually. Didn't want to throw that out there, but I do.
yeah, that's another way. So that's another way, like, to get into to protect the vesses of people. Um, but it requires you to have a lot of empathy too. A lot of empathy. Yeah, like, man, like that. Man,
Oh, that's a big one actually. I
it's
just now
hard,
thought about
man.
that when you said it. Yeah,
You
it's
got
hard to feel what another person is feeling when you ain't been
you know
through it. Like empathy is
yeah,
a
when you ain't been
motherfucker.
through it, and like and like for a lot of man, we ain't lived as a woman, so, and we don't even want to put ourselves in those shoes. Like,
Hmm.
man, but I know dealing with a relationship. You got, like, man, and relationships is everything, man. Especially like when we trying to, like, pick out the right ones. Um, before I go on the romantic side, let's talk more like on the talent side, man. Like, how do you determine good talent? Like, we don't want people to think you just giving everybody chances out here.
Oh, how do I determine good talent? Well,
Yeah.
honestly, it goes like this. Um, I determine good talent by what I gravitate towards. So when I
Hmm.
hear something, sometimes you might hear something and you're like, oh, it's good. Like, I like it. It's smooth. It's decent. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
how many times okay, somebody sends you a song like, check me out. Like, I want you to jam with me, mess with me. Let's do some work. How many
Hmm.
times do you go back and like really, really jam with that person? I determine good talent just based off natural processes. Like, what do I gravitate towards? Like, it's a lot of
Right.
people who I let them know, you know what I mean? Like, hey, your song is actually, because I don't listen to mainstream song in my leisure time, like on my
Right.
phone and on my all of my devices. And this is no exaggeration. I shit you not. You go to anybody's phone, you'll see a whole bunch of mainstream artists. On my phones, tablets, laptops, whatever, there's no mainstream music. There's just independent and underground people who either are on my team and got good music or whatever. I just base it off of how often do I go back and listen to that? How, like, did I download it or not? Is it on my phone? Uh, a lot of times you can base it off of, all right, this person puts something out, shit, they not known, they're not famous, they're not whatever, but shit, they got 700,000 views. You can kind
Mhm.
of judge it off of that too, but I mean, to me, if you just asking me, my opinion is just like those natural things. Like if I'm going to download your song, that's good music. That's how I set the bar, set the tone. And that differs, based on your question also because a lot of people, they know me for that and they do say that a lot. Like you work with everybody in racing. Like I mean, yeah, but no. Yeah, but no. Like I don't call everybody, sit on the phone with everybody. I don't structure interviews for everybody. I don't book shows for everybody. And then like 60% of what I do is behind the
Yeah,
scenes. Like people
right.
don't even see that. Like it's so much going on that you don't even see or know that I'm doing. Like when I spend like 20% of submission days just submitting people's songs to movies and TV shows and stuff like that. Like I might
Uh,
have never even posted the song that I'm submitting, but I'm submitting the song because I love it and I like it. But those things, that's how I know. Like, that's how I figure good music. It depends on how often I listen to it personally and how much work I do behind it. Because like just like you said, a lot of people do say that, like, yeah, you work with anybody. Like, nah, you
and see,
you know if your shit
I,
cold.
I knew the answer to that question without even living Racine.
Yeah, yeah, you already know. I mean, we got a whole different type of rapport. Like we work personally with each other. Like you already know. Like I said, a lot of time, and people say that too. Like, man, I see you ain't shared the song. Like, no, you see, I didn't post the song on Facebook. I shared the song. There's probably 20 or 30 people. Four of them podcasts, five of them movie producers that got that song. You just don't
Yeah,
know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I said it gets confusing. And people be like, they don't really know what music I do jam with and don't. But I can honestly say this also though. Here in Racine, Wisconsin, big ups 262 stand up my whole city. I promise you, we got a wave like no other, and we got some talent like no other.
right.
Honestly, a lot of us on a whole nother level. Like I'm not just saying that because I'm from here. Like there's a lot of people who I don't even know of or never even heard of. Just didn't even know they were from Racine. I heard their music, and then there's a lot of people here I don't even like, but I like their music. Like I'm not just saying that to say that. Like we do got something here that's dope.
Yeah, it is something special, man. Every time I talk to somebody new, I get to hear their music for the first time. Like, man, yeah, this is fine, man. And nice little swag coming out of there, and nice little style. Everybody's
Thank
unique
you.
in their own way, and everybody been great towards me, man. And like I get so much love when I'm down there. You know,
They love you
uh,
here, bro. I'm talking about they love you here. You got no idea, bro. They love you here.
yeah, I got way more love down there than in my own city. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I got to worry about getting shot at down there. So.
Well, look, don't worry. Like, no lie, I get more love in
Yeah,
Milwaukee than I get here. And it's crazy. I know
yeah,
exactly how you feel, bro. Exactly
yeah.
how you
It's
feel.
totally reversed. Yeah, it's
They
totally
treat me like a
reversed.
celebrity in Milwaukee, bro. Here, they just
Yeah,
treat me like I'm a nigga that got to do stuff for them.
yeah. So I'm getting like I'm literally begging right now to get like a spot. To so when like y'all come through for the battle or whatever, like we have a spot, other than just like coming to the studio. The studio is good, but like I'm ready for us to like kind of branch out more though.
Mhm. That's
So
because you growing, bro. But let me tell you something.
yeah,
The experience we've been providing, you got no idea how much they appreciate and love it, bro. Like just to
yeah,
walk into the ration and interview there,
uh
bro,
huh,
everybody had nothing but good words. And then just to go down the hall to shouts out North Bay Freight, shouts out, oh, I love y'all for everything y'all do. But man, you know how many people like, damn, that's beautiful, it's lovely. Like I see what's going on. I'm like, this is just resources that my God pulling together and his skills that he putting behind the resources and he hooking up with me. We just bringing it to y'all. Like I never thought it was that big or that amazing, but the people they love it, bro. They love it.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
You
Um,
doing some major things that's getting around to Racine, and I mean, you already know. You already know.
yeah, likewise though, likewise, man. The name, modern day Pharaoh's services is definitely starting to get around here. Like, it's definitely gonna be real huge, man. next year.
Thank
You know,
you.
modern day Pharaoh services. Like people gonna be
Yeah.
wondering, like, okay, like what's going on?
They definitely will. When I had people who I met through other people tell me, like not just say they heard about me, but tell me something about my business, I'm
Yeah,
like I'm VT Pharaoh. Like that's me. Like that feels so goddamn good, bro. A part of me
yeah,
from thanking
man.
the Most High, a form of His name, but that feels so gosh dang good, bro. Just to have people come and say like, "Oh, I know them. Like I seen this or seen that or the
Yeah.
Kinetic PE." I'm like, bro, that's me and my people. Like that feels so good, bro. I already
Yeah,
know where we going.
we gonna have more shirts out there. We're gonna do a lot of street teams, like this shirt right now, like the Spearless shirt. You know,
Oh
like
yeah, show them, show them, show them.
yeah, this Spearless shirt right here. They can see it a little bit, man. Like you know, that's out. Yes, that's in Walmart right now. So you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you'll find that shirt in Walmart. So
And
you
that's
know,
another
so
thing too. They don't even understand the streams of distribution that we have available, and that they be like, well, why don't y'all tell nobody? Like we just taking who ready, But
yeah,
but
you
look,
ready?
yeah,
Yeah,
actual distribution and big chain
yeah,
stores. Go catch that shirt, Walmart, Fearless.
yeah.
You already know what
Yep.
it is.
Good. So like yeah, that butterfly, man. You know, they see that
Yeah, the
butterfly
transform.
coming.
I call it the transform you butterfly. I don't even.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah, that's what it is. So,
Uh huh. Uh
so
huh.
oh yeah. So back at Jordan, he said, "You guys create opportunities. It's difficult for those who don't get an opportunity to accept that you don't vibe with them. That's hard for people, but it's not that they're not good. You just know you don't vibe with people. Doesn't mean you won't point. Probably
I think I
saying
know where
point
he
them in.
going with it. Like
Yeah,
point
he
them in the
going with
right
that.
direction.
But he
Cause I
said
do
that's
that a
awesome.
lot.
You had that at Walmart. Good, congratulations. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We appreciate that, Jordan. Yeah. Yeah. But back to
Yeah.
what he was trying to say though. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I get exactly what he means because there's a lot of people where I felt like I'll never get to work with that person,
Uh huh.
or a lot of people probably feel like that about me, or a lot of people are like, I just don't have a link with them, or there's
Yeah.
been also people where I'm like, I don't necessarily like that person, just being honest, but
Right.
like none of what I do is like cut off from them people though. Like
Hmm.
I wouldn't. Because that's one thing too. I like to tell everybody this ain't just about business at the end of the day. This is a means to an end that everybody needs to realize and understand. Like my life is not about music. Music is a part of what my life is about. But getting back to what Jordan was saying and breaking down what I was getting into is I love just to see any and everybody that could have the shot or get the chance, get the shot of the chance. And a lot of people, a lot of times you like, no, I don't want to deal with that person because they're like this. Maybe you are the person that they need to turn their
Hmm.
life around. Like maybe it's a person with a very, very horrible negative state of mind, and like just to know you, have contact with you will change that slowly but surely. So yeah, that's I love to create opportunities, and uh, I actually have never said this on a public broadcast, but my services are actually free for anyone who lives in Racine, Wisconsin. That's how deeply devoted I am to this work that I do. You just come to me, come to me. I'll teach you. I'll show you all of this. And proof
Yeah.
is in the pudding. This worked for everybody I've ever worked with. That's one thing I can boast on about my business, even though I hate to brag. But my business, like the actual results that I set out for people, are always met 100%, and that's a true fact. Ask anybody anything like, okay, what was the plan for this? What was to come of this? Did it happen? Working with VT? Yes. We may not have gotten as far as we envisioned we could go, but the actual goal and result always met. And that's met by just having, like I said, I'm devoted to that. I like creating opportunities. I like dealing with people who everybody else done left out or disdained. Like, hey, look, I see something. I see it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna work with you. I'm gonna give you this opportunity, and I'll point you in the right direction if I can.
And your biggest pay from this so far has just been like the experience, learning the game, um, just like these connections. That's like 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 once as people level up, you're leveling up, and and then like I mean, man, brother, your reward gonna be, is already coming, and like you're not even asking nobody for nothing. It's like like that's
Yeah, I hate to, bro. I hate to,
you
because
don't
I
you,
feel
you don't
like,
and you don't have to. But the thing is, you don't even have to ask nobody for nothing. It's coming on its own, and I think like if we wanted if people who want to for people who want to believe in karma, and that's your good karma from it.
and I'm gonna accept that fully. I'm definitely gonna accept that fully because that is true. Like even like I said, I'm about to let out some secrets, which I shouldn't, because it's not gonna do bad for business. It's not.
Yeah,
But I gotta set this right. I've
yeah,
never publicly promoted or showed my price list. Like people don't actually know what the prices of my services are. Like
hmm,
they'll never know. And a lot of times I just be like, okay, well look, we'll work together. Get me on the back end. I say that a lot. And some people I'll be like, we ain't gonna even worry about it. Like we gonna be so rich and famous, bro. Like who cares about you paying me 200, 300, 50 here, 50 there, or this thing only costs like that's and I feel that a lot because like I said, I'm in it for the right reasons. I love the experience. How you said that's my pay from it. Actually, it really is. And
yeah,
me having done all these things, I've never required the money. I've just required to have certain things happen. And it's all happening.
yeah,
And my people take care of me. Like I got a couple of people, like I'm gonna shout out this one, already know who this is. I'm shouting him out big time. My first artist actually ever, my childhood friend, Young Whip. He always pays me even though he don't have to. Like, and that's what I mean. Like the people take care of you when you do it right for them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, and he not the only one. Like, he not the only one. But I just want to give him a special shout out because he always do that. And actually, I'm gonna shout out GGE double G too because like he does that same thing. Like bro, nah, like here, mm. He make me take it. Like I'm like, bro, it ain't even about that. Like catch me on the back end. Like I tell him, like after we where we need to be and we done made this amount of money and we can look at the profit and the losses or whatever it may be, then we'll talk about that. Or like let's sign a couple of deals, or we're not giving away rights and whatnot. Let's really rack this money up, and then we could talk about that 2 years from now. Like they never let me do that. They never let me do that. They're like here, and I'm like, all right, bro. Like, and then that it goes right back into the business stuff. Like it
Yeah,
goes right back every single time, at least 90%. Right back. But
yeah,
yeah, like I agree with it. Like just karma will do its work, and the pay that I get mostly from this is the people who appreciate me and show me, like all of y'all, and just the people who let me know, like, hey, thank you. This is working. I got you. And just do for me. Like I said, y'all do for me. Y'all provide the things, everything I need to make this happen anyway. Like it ain't no me without y'all. It's not just me. Like most of what I do is broadcast from Transform You. Like, and
yeah,
I love it. I believe in what you got going on. We complementary forces. That to me is more payment than I can ever, like you've paid me for anything I could ever do for you already. No matter what we do from here on out. Like that's also another way I look at it.
man. That's what's up, man. Um, since we talking about like the future, man, like what like what's the big future for you, man? Like far as like with like what you want to do, in your endeavors and with modern day pharaohs.
Oh, whew. Now this is gonna
Because I
branch
know,
off
because
a
like
little bit
you
from
just got the
music and
you just got
whatnot.
that right, because you just got the veteran certification.
Yes, yes. Thank you for acknowledging that. But yes, I just got certified as official Wisconsin veteran-owned business, and that included me into a lot of lists and a lot of places, which is dope. And that's one thing I needed that for my future, which is it's crazy you say that because and that's why I'm saying like telepathy, as you said earlier, like we never even
Yep.
talked about that, but like that's what I needed it for. Like I don't need it to show anybody anything. Like I'm just happy to show people, but I need that for my future. And uh, like I said, this is really not even about music per se. When people talk about future, I always just think to myself, like my future, like I don't know what my future looks like. I look at the future. In the future,
Right.
I'm not gonna be here.
Mm,
This is one thing of everything I'd have never messed up. Everything I've ever messed up, I can at least give back to those things by this. So, to answer that question very, very in depthly and specifically, like learning royalties, I learned how I can sign my kids up for royalties and how they can claim royalties. You know, we talked about that with Nas and his daughter Destiny by him putting her as executive producer, you know, and a lot of people look at that like, but how do you actually do that? Well, that's one of those things come to the business, you'll know. But that's my future in it. My future is this. Anything that I can do well right now, I would love for my kids to be able to do 10 times better, no matter what happens from here on out. Like, just at the end of the day, like, I need to lead them to and leave them more than I was to in life, and make sure they understand it and know it and can do it. And I also want them, like, everything I know, I have to make sure they know it all. That's my future. Uh, just leaving it to who can keep this legacy going. And the only
right.
people that can keep my legacy going the way it needs to be kept, you know, like business partners can keep the business name going and keep my name alive, but my actual legacy, you know, your legacy is what directly comes from you. If not if, let me get away from that. I'm manifesting things properly. I'm going to leave this company to my children and the rights and everything. They will own it 100%. But not I'm not just gonna leave it to them to where, okay, it's a company and then you have a board and then it's things like that. No, no, no. You will own this company and you will run this company and you will know how to run it. You will know what that ownership means and entails and what comes with it, and you will profit and do great from this, and you will provide that to other people as I did, but if nothing else, to your children, my grandchildren, and my great grandchildren. We Because at the end of the day, we just spoke about this on another podcast. We are at a disadvantage in the current world, being that our history was stripped in a lot of things. I just feel like this is my best bet to change somehow, some way. Directly will be like if I just was able to preach and teach and everybody listened and understood, just how Jordan said it, perfect. Well, how do you get
Right.
people to listen and understand, you know? But I'm not able to do that per se. So I do it in different ways. Like I said, you know, this is a means to an end. This is a means to an end. And this means just having to be something I'm passionate about and love and been doing for more than 75% of my life. So, but yeah, that will be it. I need to be able to, that's my end result, my end goals. That's what this is for. Everything. I just gotta, once I'm gone from here, when I cannot do anything else, what comes from me, my children and my children's children, it has to do some good for them, and I have to teach them how to make the same good and more good out of this also.
Yeah, I was I was thinking about, like how the title of this was, like the subtitle of this particular episode is like VT Methodical Ambush into the Industry. And
Oh yeah.
and
Oh, you
then
let them know.
and then like, you was talking about, generational wealth just now, and how everything been stripped from us, you know, and we have to kind of take it, and considering just the subtitle and considering like what we know about the industry, the gatekeepers and all that, brother, like, do you in fact see like how you literally have to create things on your own in order to kind of ambush into this industry, or is there a way to kind of penetrate um, through a gatekeeper with a gatekeeper to get in? You know, I mean, like, or is there something else that we missing here?
uh, well, the last question, there's definitely something we are missing, and I know that because, like, you know, like I said earlier, I'm still learning like, okay, how I felt about this 3 years ago, I was like, okay, this is it. We got a chance. This is our go. I learned so much and done so much since then where I'm like, oh, okay, damn. Um, and to make that relevant to the question, I definitely feel that, okay, to infiltrate this, right? Definitely feel that there is a way to infiltrate it. And
Mhm.
that way is being blocked and is being, you got gatekeepers there trying to get you in. And there's two ways to go about that. I feel like us being, we wear many hats, many roles within a business. For the most part, like I say, educate yourself. Most artists don't know the things it takes to be a successful artist. They they have a plan to be mainstream and be famous and celebrities. They know things like, okay, if I blow up off YouTube and TikTok, like that's it. That's it. But the actual industry does not work anything like that. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Farthest from it, actually. I believe that we need to educate ourselves in more ways than one. Um, like okay, for instance, the people who are gatekeepers and such things and the handlers and whatnot, you don't even know them people. They took a whole nother route. They learned a whole bunch of different things. Maybe we need to do that also. So for people trying to get into the industry, I would say like learn the actual industry, what it takes to be in this industry. How does this industry work and move? Shout out to GG Miller. GEEGEE. If you're looking for an artist developer, the best in the United States, hands down, for plenty of reasons. But she taught me so much about this game, and knowing her and learning from her, taking her course, and just her being a steady, consistent cog in this machine. That's big, big. Learn the business side of things. Learn the business side. But also, aside from that, I would say uh, I've been infiltrating this industry for quite some time, as you said, and one of the
Yeah.
things about that is not not just sitting back and looking at how these things go and then copying that. Like
Uh-huh.
actually getting with these people and learning about each and every person, their path, their journey, learning about all the things that their journey consists of. Like you're gonna learn, you talk to one person about their journey, you might hear three words you never heard before, three names you never heard before, hear three places, three clubs, whatever. Hey, remember those names they say. Remember those words they say. Remember
Right.
those clubs they say. Think about that. Like it might even go deeper. Like they might say the name of a club, and that club got a person who's given the whole game away and giving chances and opportunities out for free, just not broadcasting it. But you sitting and talking to that person, if you have been so inclined or in tune enough, maybe you be like, I'm gonna go visit this club. And then you might just run into that person. They might spit the whole game down to you right then and there. And that's just one of the things. Being open to every, not just sticking yourself in a box or not just taking what any person says, because most of them people are handlers and gatekeepers, but
Mhm.
infiltrating, and then it's also like truly understanding it, because if you infiltrating something, that means that this thing is against you. You
Right.
have to truly understand how it moves and how it moves against you and for you. And the last thing I would say is what I'm doing now, which is I wasn't gonna say this to anybody, but this is an exclusive. We talking exclusive, but deep down, uh, I always tell people we've been bred to like follow society in these systems. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
in school, you always taught how to be a worker, but you're not taught how to be a businessman, how to own your own business, or how to start
Mhm.
industry. You just always taught to follow industry, and that's another big thing that I've always. That's part of my success, even though I know I'm not at the place where anything I do rivals what Lil Wayne and Jay Z and Def Jam and Arista and all of them do. But I'm creating an industry. Like that's what I'm doing. I am showing people like, hey, you could go there and do this thing, but you can do it yourself or you can do it with me. Like this is an industry in
Yeah.
itself. We're
This
doing the
this is an
same.
industry.
Yeah,
An
this is
industry
that. And
instead
I tell
is
people,
an industry
yeah,
instead of an industry.
yeah, like y'all, you see, they had
Like the
a
like the
start.
multiverse.
Exactly.
We
Because I
making a
always tell
parallel
people,
universe.
yep, we're making something that you just took the words right out of my mouth. We are parallel to them. Like we're
Yeah.
giving we everything that you can get over there, you can get over here. Now the thing about it is most people like they don't come to us right away and like just start off on that foot because it's still to them like it's not uh it's not Rockefeller. It's not that. But I'm telling them like, look, where did Rockefeller start? Where did these record labels start? They just
Right.
started with some people who was just sitting down and making music. And then, from there, it's a whole twist and turn or whatever. But like, it just started with people just doing what we do. We taking the interest, making the product, putting it out there, making connections, meeting with people, branching out, going here, going there, and then actually learning what it takes to make that thing work on the mainstream level. We already know all of that. And that's why I tell people, like, look, we can be an industry too. We can rival any and every great music label. Like, we
Yeah.
already do everything they do, like from artist development down to the royalties
Yeah.
to
Great.
booking
Yep.
to management to the mass media to messing with celebrities, working with
Literally.
celebrities. Like your list of celebrity workings is long, and most people don't know, but they need to know. Like you work with way more celebrities than I have. But look, the thing is, they don't know those things, but that's because they don't trust our industry like that. They'd rather us put them into the other industry. But that's one of those things also. I feel like they just need to understand like, hey, that's how if you can't really infiltrate them, that's how you make it work. Build your own.
Yeah.
Build
Create
your
our
own.
own. We can create our own celebrities.
Yeah, I mean, we do. I mean,
Yeah.
we are making people celebrities and making ourselves celebrities. Like I said, I can name 7 celebrities right now that know your name. You know what I'm saying? Like anybody else, can they name any one celebrity that knows their name that's worked with them? You know what I'm saying? Rock Nation drop, J. Cole drop, you know what I'm saying? Soy Rod drop, like shit. You just did a song with Soy Rod, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing that it's gonna take some time. They're gonna always look at that as this the what they call it the gold standard. They're gonna look at the
Yeah.
mainstream music industry as the gold standard. And I'm like, that's not the gold standard. I mean, if you want to look at gold standard, look at Russ. Independent makes about $1 million a month.
Hmm.
Look at Joyner Lucas. You know what I'm saying? He done made over $250 million independent. No major label, no nobody. He made that. The whole world knows him. If he wanted to start a label right now, his label will rival any big label. He made that. We are making that. We are doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I could ramble on about that up forever. I'm gonna let you with this one. I got a lot to say.
Yeah. So like, man, dude, like that just totally blew my mind away, though. Just thinking about that,
Hmm.
like because like you can see it. This is just it's just pure evidence. Like the proof is in the pudding, and like and if you put that on paper and you sell that to a bank, that's all money.
All money. And
That's
I'll be
all
telling people that
money.
if you wanted to walk into a bank right now, like, hey, I need this amount of money for Transform You. That's money in the bank. No
Yeah.
average ordinary businessman can do that. You know what I mean?
No. No. They can't. Uh. So like, like you just celebrated a birthday, and you
Yeah,
got a
yeah,
birthday celebration coming up, man. Um.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what other big things you got coming up?
Oh, well, okay. Before I say my big things, let me talk about my team first. I love putting my people in the spotlight ahead of myself. I'm gonna start with the beginning of it. So, damn, it's even hard to say what the beginning of. Okay, look. Let's just say Utmost, right? Home team. Utmost, the CEO of Sidio right now. They at Haveli Lounge in Atlanta, Georgia. Go every Thursday. Check out what we got going on down there. We got artist showcase. If you are artist and you need some type of shindig promo, whatever, go down there. They also do an album release and album listening parties. That's at Haveli Lounge, 225 uh, Ted Turner Drive in Atlanta, Georgia. But ran by the CEO of Side Dio and Dope Lady. Of course, he pushing out hella beats. I just stand behind everything my CEO does in the home team. Just that much, you should have heard our name everywhere. If you didn't, you will. Also, Young Whip, uh, my first signed artist under Utmost. He should have went to Harvard. The album, which is actually mixed by DJ Stop and Go from Racine down in Memphis, Tennessee, currently in Texas. But yeah, not people have been asking me that it's a mixed album. Like hell yeah, the DJ did the album. Should have went to Harvard, dropping 2/3/23, February 3rd, 23rd. The single Game Code is out now. The video is out now on YouTube. Check that out. We also under the company Utmost. We got plenty artists in the loop. Universal Thinking Minds of Sound. Check it out. I don't even want to go through the list because I feel like I will leave somebody out. But I had to talk about the CEO and I had to talk about my first artist because, like I said, they're childhood friends of mine anyway. But we started that up together. Then Transform You Media Network, if they didn't know, shouts out to you, bro. Transform You, the album is coming out. The single, Grinding All the Time, over 100,000. Big ups, big ups. Let me clap it up for you, big bro. Big ups, over 100,000 on YouTube. Definitely gonna hit the billboards. We just getting a few things ready. Got the single Scams Got Me Rich with Bad Back and Marius. Also, you just did the single and the video with Soy Ra, the Brazilian pop star. Jump With Me. You can search that in the video on YouTube right now. They got plenty of projects in the way. But gonna be doing this managing thing, and we got another versus battle coming up. I'm gonna give y'all details later, but just make sure y'all are checking us out in December. Just hooked up with one of my guys. I'm gonna be doing a lot of official work for him. Comedian Lee Bird, LeeByrd. He actually will be on Transform You, Kinetic PE MIXX show this Monday, November 21st. But he will be doing a comedy showcase at Transform You live at the radio station in December, slated for December 3rd, Saturday. We're going to have a few other opening acts. It's going to be an ongoing thing, so check the team out for that.
Might be weekly.
It might be weekly, so look, check that out.
Yeah, I'm working that out right now. It might be an open mic for comedians every week.
That's dope.
And we might open it up for one musical act.
Because Tremendous said he definitely want to get on. So Tremendous, I'm looking to you first because you asked. But yeah, I'm definitely with that, bro. Let's make that happen.
So it's gonna be like open mic for comedians and one musical act each week at the bar. It's gonna be at the bar.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too. He hooked that up. He got a partnership going.
I'm trying to finalize it. We're just trying to get the date. Which day it's gonna be.
Right. Like I said, just tell me the date and I'm with it.
Yeah, it's like which day of the week is gonna be. So whichever day of the week it's gonna be. It'll be that day of the week. And,
that's gonna be a dope ass vibe too. Everybody needs to watch that because I'm telling you, comedy music.
It's gonna be straight. Gonna be live stream and in person. You can bring somebody.
Yeah.
Get drinks.
Bring everybody.
I'm gonna have some chicken.
We're
gonna have some wings. We're gonna make it
come
a wing
eat,
night.
come drink, come laugh, come listen to music, dance, get loose, have a good ass, positive, stress-free time. Shit, you can't beat it.
Yeah,
check it out. But we still got to come up with a name for it. But I'm just calling it the comedy series, the Transform You comedy series. But we'll figure out something marketable.
I like Transform You comedy series.
I'm gonna come up with something like a little bit more. Yeah. Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play on words with the transform. That's what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna pitch it and just see. Yep. Transform them bad times into good times. Come laugh and smile. Let me go ahead and So, also with Transform You Media Network, Kinetic PE MIXX show. Make sure you checking out the lineup because I'm branching off. And I got, everybody knows my network it's not just in Wisconsin or just in the Midwest. It's from California to New York. If you've been paying attention, then you already know. But we got a whole new slate of brand new artists of all kind, dope individuals, business personnel. The network is also growing with partners and whatnot. You definitely want to watch the growth of Transform You Media Network and what we got going on with that. Because it's so much. We a lot I don't even want to talk about. I don't want to let the magic out. I just want to control the magic, make it positive on our end. But I do want people to understand. I look at what we brought y'all so far. Uh, the CEO and founder is right here interviewing me. Dope individual, and everything you've seen come from him been magical and golden. So just make sure you stand in tune with that. We got a lot to show y'all. And then my company, Modern Day Pharaoh Services, which we do business as Modern Day Pharaoh Entertainment, and also have the fashion company, Pharaoh Corolla Styling Company. Pharaoh Corolla just means Pharaoh's crown. Everything I deal with has to do with pharaohs. But Modern Day Pharaohs, currently I'm restructuring a relaunch of my music that I released because it's the 10-year anniversary. But for the most part, I am I'm just in the business of linking us with international conglomerates now. Um, all the projects I have under myself, I don't want to take credit for. I just want to say shouts out to Young Swagger. I manage him. Check out the single Racine, the single Really. He just dropped one. Oh man, I feel bad because I don't what it was. He was in the store in the bubble thing. But check it out. YUNG. Also, don't spell it wrong. YUNG Swagger. Shout out to the whole Drop Boys clique. But I also manage for Drop Boy Field, also known as BTA Field. Check out Under Investigation. The tape he just dropped. That's new from the team. Go check that out. It's doing crazy, stupid numbers. Talking about everywhere. My boy Hayes, he got a recent single video out. Check out the whole RTO. I'm not the official manager, but I do official promotions for them. Dojo coming out with Move Your Body single. RTO2 just dropped a new video. Check out that bang. They all doing amazing things. Tremendous. Of course, Edward Scissorhands is up for an award for Single of the Year, along with your single, Grinding All the Time, which is also up for Single of the Year and Video of the Year. The Chop It Up Podcast Awards. The partnership we got with Who They Want Entertainment over in Miami, Connecticut, and also New Jersey. That's where Duchess is at now. Also, what we got with Battle Rap Kingdom in New Orleans. My people out in Arizona. That's a secret thing, but it's some MMA stuff that's going on. We looking into being a sponsor, a big time sponsor for MMA gym that's just starting up. Just a lot of stuff, man. I don't even know where to go from it, but shit. Right. Hopefully, I ain't leave out one of my big time clients, but yeah. Anybody I did mention, shit. Matter of fact, just Wisconsin, period. I love y'all. Everything in Wisconsin, you need to be looking out. And any and everything that's going on, all things Wisconsin, come to us. I'm going to let you know, but that's what it is. Utmost Incorporated LLC, Transform You Media Network, Modern Day Pharaohs. We on the move.
Nah, that's what I'm talking about. So like, man, I I think the only thing I would like for you to kind of like leave with us, before you leave, like your socials and all that, man, is just like, maybe some like a little bit of like wisdom, man, or some advice, man, for people, like who might just still be who might be still be trying to figure it out there, man. We advocate for like mental health, for like stress management and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And like one of the biggest missions of Transform You is like transformation of the spirit, transformation of the heart and of the mind. And of the body, and of the body. Sometimes people just need to make some type of transformation of the body. So, what advice or wisdom you got for
If I was gonna give out some wisdom advice right now, I'm not gonna do anything specific. Hopefully, this message gets to each and every person that needs to. Think it, say it, do it. Okay, but in addition to that, it's having at least not being able to fall into the negative or dealing with the negative. So what I mean by that is, a lot of people could say think it, say it, do it. But I mean, what if you're thinking of something negative? So what I mean by that is the things you think about and put on your mind, you will eventually say them whatever you say, you will eventually do. So keep positive things on the mind. Think very, very positive. Think forward. Think upwards. Think building. Think togetherness. Think love. Joy, happiness. Get away from fear and doubt and all them other things. But I tell people that you train the mind first. Think it over and over and over. The reason people can't do a lot of things is, for one, they don't think they can do it. Like if you tell yourself, "Oh, I suck at that," you're never gonna do it. You're never gonna try. Even if you do it or you do
Right.
try, you're never gonna perform the way you're supposed to perform. If you tell yourself you a beast, you a monster, you can do anything, you're great at it, you go all out. You're gonna give it your all. You're gonna practice more. You're gonna do it more. So think it, get it in your mind. Train the mind, the conscious, the subconscious. I mean, just train it. Tell yourself these great things. Tell yourself great things about yourself. Then you speak it also. Speak the things you want directly. Don't speak against
Mhm.
it. Just like you don't think negative. Don't think against the things you want. Don't speak against the things you want. And then do those things. You think of a dope plan to help you, say that plan over and over. Then do that plan. Simply put, and make sure that you think, say, and do the things that are beneficial for you and whatever you got going on, or whoever involved in the moment or the time being. But that's the knowledge and wisdom I will leave the people with. That's how you get past all of these things. That's how you get past anything, really. That's like a cheat code without having to know or really be like convicted in any one thought. Like if you don't know how to get into the record industry, just
Mhm.
think to yourself, I'm going to make it in the music industry. Think it over and over until you believe it. Then start speaking it. You will only go places where you can speak that. You will only do things that got to do with that once you start training the mind. And that's a true fact. I always tell people they follow each other, they lead into one another. But think it, say it, do it, make it positive and beneficial to what you want to do. And that's the best advice I can give anybody. Even if you're unsure, even if you got a million people opposing you, or maybe they're not just simply opposing you, maybe they outright enemies, but think it, say it, do it. And keep it towards the goal. Keep it positively driven towards the goal, and you're gonna make it happen. If you don't think it, you're not gonna say it. You don't say it, you're not gonna do it. You don't do any of those, it's not gonna happen.
That's for real. Yeah, I like that, man. Really appreciate that. Those good words of wisdom. And for those who are watching, you know, or listening, can you provide them with like how they can get in contact with you if they want to, contact you, follow you, and track you further?
Oh yeah. If you're looking for me, anywhere you go, VT Pharaoh. VT space PHARAOH. That's pretty much my name across all streaming platforms, across all social media platforms. Uh, on Facebook is VT Utmost Pharaoh. I show love to my team, Utmost VT Utmost Pharaoh, but in parentheses VT Pharaoh. TikTok VT Pharaoh, Instagram VT Pharaoh, LinkedIn VT Pharaoh. But yeah, if you want to link with me, just search VT Pharaoh. Make sure you click on it. Make sure it's my picture because a lot of people got that name. It's a lot more popular than I thought it was. It's actually a group of people who named themselves the modern day pharaohs, which is weird, but you know we got copyright claims because I got the hyphen and there's no S at the end. But yeah, just make sure when you look, it's me, VT. Look for the VT Pharaoh. And if you want to reach me directly, you can go to Modern Day Pharaoh Services on Facebook. That is the actual company page. I just, I really run it off of Facebook. My thing is more exclusive. There's
Yeah.
certain clients I have. I just work directly with my clients and within the networks that the teams I'm already available to or already a part of. Like Transform You, I have enough work already through Transform You or enough work already through Utmost. So I'm not one of those like, okay, get on Yelp and Google and all them other places. Like really what I do is, I'm backed up by my message. So I just deal with people very, very directly. But if you do need to reach me personally, hit up the Facebook page. And on the Facebook page, you will see the email mdpharaoh.local@gmail.com. or you can call the business number. It's the Milwaukee number, 414-375-5269. You can hit me personally on Facebook. If you try to direct message me anywhere else, it might take a while to get to you. I'm not big on social media as far as personal talks, but just to reach out to me, see what I do, see what's going on with the team, anything. Yes, VT Pharaoh. Search any and everywhere. Look for my face, look for my picture, look for my name. VT Pharaoh.
Okay. All right, brother, man. Dude, this was real classic, man. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
it shows the maturity, shows where we at, man. Shows the growth, and shows where we definitely going. There's definitely, you know, out of this universe, man. Definitely out of
Hmm.
this universe, and like I can't wait to do this. Maybe a year later.
We got to do one every year now, just to
Gotta do
because the
one
last
every
one was
year.
2016. Remember, that was
Yeah, yeah.
2016. And I always
And
tell
now we
people,
gotta
you
do
was
one.
the originator of this. Before people did podcasts and shows and whatever, you've been doing this, man.
Yeah,
Been doing this. People just
yeah.
now catching up.
Yeah, man, yeah. So I definitely been I'm definitely one of the OG podcasters.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I can't be mentioned among like names like Joe Rogan and like all these other ones that started like when podcasting wasn't even podcasting yet. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shouts out
so
Athletic Greens and Gumball too. Yeah,
yeah,
that's lovely what you made happen with that, bro. Lovely.
yeah. We got a new one too. We got a new sponsor, NordPass.
Oh
People
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
hearing. People gonna be hearing a lot more about NordPass. So that's like the new sponsor that picked us up for 2 episodes
Dope.
on the Transform You Live show. So like man, so yeah, so like
Dope.
so
Growth.
yeah,
I'm so proud, bro.
yeah,
Like, man, this is beautiful
yeah,
to see, to sit back and see.
uh-huh. Yeah. It's definitely happening, man, and definitely some good things coming about. And Gumball, they great, man. Like they great. So I got no complaints with them.
Hmm.
They great. They being lovely, man. They being lovely.
That's
Real
what's
lovely.
up.
So
Oh, I
yeah.
just want to throw out for my final words. I just want to say this is November. Happy Veterans Month to all military personnel, past, present, and future. Past, present, and future. Uh, this is also Military Veteran Suicide Prevention Month. I want to say
Mhm.
rest in peace to Sergeant Jonathan Fankhauser. Be doing your 22 push-ups a day. And of course, this is Veterans Month. I want to say rest in peace to Stephen Kastner and Corporal Stephen Kastner, Specialist Brennan Davis, and we also advocate for mental health awareness. That's one of the biggest things that transform you. And DJ Potential is, he's a military veteran, and he advocates heavily for military veteran prevention, suicide, and just mental health awareness in whole. So anybody out there dealing with anything, hey, you got some people. You may not see or hear it from us all the time, depending on what you see or hear from us, but hey, just know like it's a lot of services, support, resources for you. If it gets a little bit too heavy, if the military life is not working out just as well, your mental health is fading, hey, we here for you. Just to throw that out there. That's my last words. I love everybody. I love all y'all, man. Love you especially, bro.
Yeah, love you too, bro. Thanks for putting that out there once again, man. That's so important. To all my Uh, and shout out to Jordan once again. He said, y'all have a good night. Nothing but blessings for both of y'all. May God give you the tools you need to succeed.
Thank you,
That's what
brother.
I'm talking
Thank you,
about.
brother.
Yeah, indeed. Big ups to you, Jordan, man. Appreciate you being a wonderful audience member
Uh, we
tonight.
spoke. He gonna be on the show soon, bro. He gonna come tell his story on the show. He got a very very interesting story to tell that people need to hear.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Indeed. All right. So, many blessings and peace and love to everybody. Until next time, we are out.